Hello guys and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dekan aka Dcoco aka Queen of DIYs, and I film videos like this one as well as other skincare content on this channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning back in. Lots and lots of virtual hugs to all of you. So in today's video we are going to be learning how to make a very beautiful skin glowing oil, which is the lemon and aloe vera oil. And in this video I'm going to show you the double infusion method. This just means that this oil is very potent and powerful for the skin. The ingredients are properly infused into the oil to just help it better our skin glow. So if you're here on this channel today, I'm guessing you like what you're seeing already, and I want to remind you to thumbs up this video because it goes a long way in helping my channel grow. And please do stay through all of the instructions on this video to be able to get exactly what you need to do to make this oil very potent for the skin. And without further ado, let us get right into how to make this lemon and aloe vera skin brightening and lightening oil. So firstly, it's our tradition on this channel to go over the list of ingredients that we need for our DIY. And here we need some lemons, of course. And here I'm just using some large size lemons. I would advise you go for the large size to just make things easier for you. So here I'm using a generous amount, and I think about 8 pieces of large size lemons. And yeah, so next I would use my aloe vera leaf, and here I'm using a large size aloe vera leaf. I had cut it up and washed it already. And you guys know we also love our aloe vera on this channel. It's one of the ingredients that we use most of the time. So now that we have our star ingredients beautifully paired together in place, we are going to get to work. And the first thing I will do here is take my aloe vera leaf, and I'm just going to be cutting the sharp edges off. And this is just to get that out of the way so we can work with our aloe vera leaf. So now I'm just cutting my aloe vera into chunks, into huge chunks, and transferring that into a heat safe container for a reason. And I'm just going into the second part of my aloe vera, taking out the sharp edge, and then now I'm going to be cutting it into chunks and still transferring it into the heat safe container. So now that I am done with that, I am then going to be adding some hot water into the container. Now this process is to help get off the poisonous parts, the yellowish things in fresh aloe vera that itches the skin. So we are trying to get that out of the way, hence why we'll leave it soaked in hot water for a few minutes to hours. So now working on our next ingredients, I'm going to be taking our lemons, and I'm just going to take a kitchen grater, and I'm going to start grating off the zest of the lemons. Now lemon zest is very rich in skin brightening properties as well as vitamin C, which is a very well-known skin brightening agent. So yeah, we're going to be getting the zest of our lemons, and that is because we need just the zest for this particular formulation. Since it's oil, we are going to concentrate on the zest and not the lemon juice. So I had gone over a reasonable amount of lemons at this point, and I was just really speeding the process up because of time. And now I'm just getting into my last piece, and I'm just going to be grating off the zest as I did with the rest of it. Now I'm just turning every side to make sure that I get all the zest out of any parts that I did not grate initially. So yeah, always go over to get as much zest as possible because we need this oil to be very rich. So you need as much zest as possible. I know I'm repeating that, but that's because it's really important. So now I'm transferring my lemon zest into a small bowl, and I'm just going to set that aside. And yeah, So now I'm just bringing it up close for you guys to see what the zest looks like. It's like very tiny shreds, and it's important to keep it this way to just make it easier to be able to infuse into our oil. So keep that in mind. So now getting into our aloe vera, the next thing that I'm going to do is take that out of the hot water, which is now warm because it's been in the hot water for a while. And as you can see, the yellowish part has extracted into the water, which is what we were trying to do. So now I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm just going to be wiping the body of my aloe vera chunks dry. And that is because I do not want any domestic hazard when I'm working, as aloe vera can be slippery. So I always try to stay careful with that. So yeah, now that I am done with that, I'm then going to take a kitchen knife and I'm going to peel off the top layer of the aloe vera skin because I'm trying to get to the gel. What I need here is the aloe vera gel. So with a kitchen spoon, I'm just going to scoop that out. I find that using a spoon just makes it easier to get the aloe vera out of the leaf. I mean the gel out of the leaf. So it's just an easy way of just scooping it off instead of using a knife because it's slippery and things can get hazardous and we don't want that. So I'm just going to do that with a reasonable amount of aloe vera chunks, and I'm going to be remaining a few pieces in the bowl. I think I left about 3 pieces, and that is for the same process but another part of the process. So now I'm going to take the remaining chunks and I'm then going to cut them up into tiny cubes, and I'm keeping these cubes as tiny as possible for a reason. Also the extraction process, because you want that when you're extracting this, you're able to infuse properly and get the oils properly soaked in all of your ingredients. So yeah, now I'm transferring my aloe vera chunks into a smaller bowl as well. And now I have my aloe vera gel and aloe vera cubes. And now I'm going to take the lemon zest and I'm going to take a handful of my lemon zest into a smaller bowl as well. And now for the remaining zest and the aloe vera gel, I'm then going to take a pot and I'm going to transfer my aloe vera gel first into the pot, making sure that everything lays flat in the pot. And then next I'm going to be going in with my lemon zest into the pot as well. And now the lemon zest gets to stay on top because I need the aloe vera to be under, because that is what contains water in this ingredients, or that's what contains the most water. And what we are going to do is we're trying to infuse this into oil, so we need to get the water out of the way for it to be infused. So now I'm then going to measure my favorite carrier oil for skin into the pot, which is my sunflower oil, and I'm going to take about 200 grams of oil and I'm then going to pour it into my pot and make sure that it soaks up all of the aloe vera and lemon zest. So now that I am done with that, I'm then going to put this on low heat on the stove for a couple of minutes to just get it to warm up and get the ingredient to extract into the oil, as well as drying up the liquid from the aloe vera, the water content from the aloe vera. So it takes a little while for this to happen, but make sure that the heat is low. You don't want serious heat. So now to create my oil blend that I'm further going to use for this, I'm going to be going in with my grape seed oil, which is also one of my favorite carrier oils for the skin, because it is very less comedogenic for the skin, meaning that it does not clog your pores. And then I used a reasonable amount of that. All the measurements will be listed in the description bar, so do well to check that out. And I'm going to be transferring the oil into a storage bowl, and I'm then going to go in with my apricot seed oil as well. And this is also one of my favorite oil for the skin, as it's also low in comedogenic rating. So I'm going to then pour in the apricot seed oil into the grapeseed oil, and then I'm going to mix them together thoroughly in the storage container. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to then transfer the aloe vera chunks into that oil, which is in the storage container, and I'm going to transfer the lemon lemon zest as well into the storage container. Now with my spatula, I'm going to go in and then stir things up to make sure that the oil soaks up these ingredients properly. And once I am done with that, I'm going to cover it up and store it away for a little period of time. And I'm just giving that a little swirl to just make sure that everything is properly soaked. And I'm going to keep that aside for a while. Now over to our oil. I'm then going to take it off from the stove and keep it to cool down for a little bit. Now you don't need this oil to be totally cool, you just need it to cool down a little bit for it to go into that same storage container. So now you need it to be warm because you want that heat to also affect the initial aloe vera and lemon zest that you had in the storage container already, hence why you need it to be warm, not hot but warm. So now I'm going to transfer that in that state into the storage container as well. So now the heat from this oil that comes from the pot is then going to mix up with the oil in the container. So this is going to give us the double infusion method that we are trying to get. So we are both extracting this ingredients with heat and without heat at the same time, which is why we are going to get a very powerful and potent skin lightening and brightening oil for our skin. So I'm showing you guys this method. I could have as well just used one method, but I wanted you guys to get like the best ever skin brightening and lightening oil with aloe vera and lemons. So now after a few days, and this was about 4 days, I'm then going to take my oil and I'm going to sieve that into a jug. That is to separate the oil from the ingredients. And yes, if you have reached this point in this video, I'm sure that you want to subscribe if you're not, and you also want to thumbs up this video if you like what you're seeing already. And yes, so now I'm just transferring the oil after giving it a little stir to mix things up properly. And it is optional to leave this oil for a couple of days. You can leave it for one night, it just really depends on you, but I like to keep it for a few days just to infuse properly. Now I'm going to go in with my vitamin E oil, which is an antioxidant for the skin, and I'm going to give that put a few drops of that into my oil. And now I'm going in with my lemon essential oil, and I'm also going to put a few drops, and also my lavender essential oil. That was the blend I was going for. This oil smells delicious, I promise you, because the lemons already gives it a very nice delicious scent, and then with essential oils as well, it just goes a lot better. So now I'm going to be transferring my oil into a storage container after mixing up the essential oils and the vitamin E oil properly. And yeah, here we have our lemon and aloe vera oil for the skin. I promise you that you're definitely going to love making this oil. First of all, your workspace or your kitchen or wherever you're going to do this is going to smell delicious because of the lemons, and then this oil as well smells delicious on the skin as well as work wonders on the skin. Next, I'm going to be putting my tag, which is the lemon aloe oil tag on my bottle, because I do have a lot of oils, so I need to label them. This step is really optional. And yeah, that's it. We have our lemon and aloe vera oil. Please thumbs up this video if you've not. If you're going to try this, please drop a comment down below and let me know. And if you're not subscribed, make sure that you are subscribed. Yeah, I think that's it for this video, and I will see you guys in my next one.